What's up guys, Dave here. In this video I'm going to be showing the first lap of the 2021 Kermis. I was held in East Hartford, Connecticut today, June 19th. It's a 60-minute criterium. I expect it's going to be pretty hard. So we'll see how it goes. Race is off, as you can see. It did rain a little bit before the race. Mostly stopped during the race, but the road stayed pretty wet. Made the corners a little bit more interesting, I guess, but it wasn't too bad, nothing crazy. The big story of the day was that it was kind of just a hard race, and me personally, I'm just not in the best of shape at the moment. You know, I get out a couple times a week for like an hour, so guys I'm racing against here train a lot more, and you know, there's some guys that are just pretty talented in this race. So I came out and did it, nice local race for me, and goals are just kind of hang in there. And yeah, see if I can make it to the end. Spoiler alert, didn't make it all the way to the end, but I made it 35 minutes in about, and yeah, I ended up catching up to me. The big thing was there's a turnaround, which we're going to see in a little while, where you come almost to a stop. I mean, it's like 10 miles an hour, and coming out you get a sprint. And another thing to consider is right now we have a little bit of headwind coming through the course. So for a guy like me that's not in the best of shape, headwind's actually good because I can get more of a drafting effect. But once we get down, you can see the little dot moving there on the top left of the screen. That's kind of where we are on the course. The little turnaround, so this is all headwind. At the turnaround, it turns in, as soon as you come around, it turns into a tailwind. So the wind's coming from the south, and so you come out of this, and now you get a tailwind, so you're not getting much of a draft. And it's also just kind of a spread. It's a big accordion effect, you know, like in traffic, but like in bike races. And I tell you, I still maintain, I think there's times where being at the back of the race is not the worst thing in a crit. I mean, kind of tail gun it, they call it. Carry a little more speed into corners. But in this case, it mattered if you were like towards the front, because being in the back, and unfortunately I was in the back for just about every lap. Huge accordion effect. So every time we came around this corner, it was rough. So we're getting close to it now. Guys are kind of racing to get to it. I was trying to conserve energy myself. You can see we're slowing down. You get my speed down to 13. It's a really tight bottleneck, and I'm down to 10 miles an hour, as you can see. And then you come around this corner, and then right away you just gotta step on the pedal. So shooting right up past 700 watts, 600 watts, and it's this little sidewalk here. You know, it's a hard race. It's what it's meant for, and it's meant to kind of separate the guys who are in the best of shape, and I think it succeeded at that. So coming around some of the corners here, I was able to kind of catch back on. I'm leaving a little bit of a gap. I'm not really that comfortable riding in race. I haven't been racing much this year. It's my second race, and it's wet, and yeah, not much of an excuse there, but yeah, a little gap, but I'm getting a little draft here. I closed the gap up, and I think already at this point, there's a little gap ahead of a couple guys ahead of me, and riders are already pressing hard. Like I said, it was an aggressive race, and I'll probably, yeah, you can see there's a gap up there. So I think this is Brian Wolf trying to close the gap. He had a good showing today. Up-and-comer, brother of Ben Wolf, of course, but he's a good rider in his own right. He works for CCNS, does a lot of good stuff for them. So anyways, you can see him taking the left turn up there, and it's already a pretty good-sized gap up there. And then right around here, there's actually a crash. I'm not sure what happened. I was a little too far back, but there's a guy on the ground. It's one of the New England Devo guys, Ethan Del Grasso, young guy. Seems pretty strong, up-and-comer. He ended up getting up and racing. I saw him kind of still pedaling. So I think he's okay. I don't think he broke anything. Anyways, how about this gap here? Still trying to close it. I'm moving along here, 32 miles an hour. We do have a little tailwind. The course is very flat, so you can go pretty fast. But yeah, I'm going right along there. Heart rate's getting up there, almost 170. For me, that's pretty high. Power's finally coming down because I've almost caught him, which is great because around here it becomes a crosswind, and then it becomes a headwind. You don't want to be catching them. Trying to catch them in a headwind. So anyways, that was lap one complete. Ended up doing around 15 laps for the race. Spoiler alert, I lasted till around 35 minutes into the 60-minute race, and yeah, I pretty much just got dropped. I was not doing the that turnaround very well. It just didn't feel smooth to me. Just not in shape enough, I guess, and yeah, wasn't good enough. But got a good workout. Ended up finishing up the race. Got a little recording of, this is the lead group here, group of 9 guys, I think. Some fast guys, and you can see they're really pushing it, still single file there. And then there was a chase group here. Got this on camera here too. Another 5 guys, a little ways back. But yeah, they kept pushing it. I guess they worked together for the rest of the race. I kept riding too, finished the race up because I was out there and I figured, why not? Did finish on the lead lap, which ended up being my goal, which I guess is something. Anyway, this is the finish for the lead group. They had a little tailwind. Sam Rosenhall took advantage, went early, held on for the win there. Gino Villafano in second, and Miles Billings in third. Yeah, kudos to these guys. They're all in great shape. Miles Billings especially. They're in third place, riding for 545 Velo. I guess he's almost 47 years old and did another race earlier today, a Masters race, and did well. So good for him. Gino rides for Jameson Cannondale, and Sam rides for the Butcher Box Pro Cycling team. So yeah, props to these guys. They had a good race, rode aggressively as the race is meant to be. I'm glad I did it. Went out there, had a good time, got a good workout at least. And thanks to CCNS and CCAP for putting this on. And yeah, we'll see how many more races I do this year. As a new father, kind of short for time, but it's all good. And just doing my best to stay in shape and get out there and ride when I can. So until next time, have a great rest of your day, and peace.